Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Colorado Rockies. In our previous episode, it was really long. We won't be doing that again. 2.5 hours is too long for one episode, but I feel pretty good about some exciting things happening this episode, maybe, possibly. We're rebuilding our coaching staff. This is something that has to happen. We have to get the kind of coaches that can develop up our team. We have the money. We might as well spend it on something like coaching. Vance Worley is really fucking good. The question is whether I kick him all the way up to the major leagues. He is controlling. Is that a problem? It's not really a problem. Do we do third base coach or first base coach with him? How well do you get along here? Yeah. Let's make him the third base coach. I think is a reasonable statement of fact. Then I need a bench coach. I would really like somebody that is easygoing. That would make our lives a bit easier. So let's get after it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a filter. Filter easygoing. And then I want somebody who is just great at everything. Ideally good at development, that has a good relationship with my team. That's going all the way down to Cody Farrell. I don't think that works for me. Chris Johnson, how do you get along with my current players? They all pretty much hate your guts. Okay, that's a little disappointing, if I'm being honest with you. That's a little sad. Parker Gwynn. It's not terrible. Brian Pelka is only really a pitching coach. I'd like them to at least be okay at both things. Jan Rivera is pretty decent, actually. Very few people hate him. Like Anthony Molina hates his guts. Honestly, this is fine. We're gonna grab Jan Rivera. We're gonna make him our bench coach, and it's gonna go great. I now need a AAA manager. Here, I think is where Parker Gwynn makes sense. No, Jan Rivera would actually make the most sense, but development is what's key here. If they're in AAA, they're already at the point where I want them to be better. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go double A. And I want more of a balance. Somebody like Chris Johnson, I think, is pretty smart. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be somebody that's easygoing. I guess I'm probably getting tricked here. Let me remove the filter, please. Alright. For low A, mechanics are as important as development, maybe even more so. All the way up to the top, thank you. Okay, JT Green would be an amazing choice to be an A-ball manager. 100%. Alejandro Alvarez, I'd like you to be the manager of my A-ball Grizzlies. Now that we're in the Rookie League, mechanics is far more important than just about anything else, so let's start Yorking our mat here. I probably shouldn't say that on, something that small children watch, but, they probably don't get it. It's probably fine. Right? That feels right. Let's take Pedro Gonzalez. He seems like a good egg. Or the best of eggs. Spectacular, some might call him. I mean, I wouldn't, but somebody might. Let's get Jose Leon to be our other Rookie League manager. And then we need a hitting coach. Somebody that just teaches all the hitting all the time. Benicio Nunez, you're in. if you want to be. All right. Coaching staff sorted. This is a good staff if everybody signs with us. Next step, player development. I would love you to learn how to throw strikes, please. That would be an amazing step for you. I'm here for that. Body Vega, I actually want you to work on your... Maybe gap power would be good. Discipline is obviously better. We'll do discipline. John Begin, if you want to begin to be a good pitcher, you need to start throwing strikes, my dude. Same with Franklin Diaz. Manny Adame, oh lord, do you need plate discipline? Sandy Ozuna, how about you work on your secondary pitches? Sandy Ozuna is making the 40-man, like it's not even a question, because otherwise I lose him. Sal Delgado, let me look. I have 2 spots left. Let me look at the Major League roster. Charlie Condon needs to get a lot better this second season here. Let's work on his gap power, I guess. I think that's a smart thing to work on. It doesn't cost me much. And then Vic Domingo, in the name of all that is holy, work on your control, please. Alright. Next step. We look at our people that are going to be 40-man eligible. We instantly keep Sandy Ozuna. That's an instant choice. And then we wait and see what things look like when free agency sorts out. Ryan Feldner won $6 million. This is not a trivial sum. I know we've got money to spend. That doesn't even want to spend it on him. I mean, $6 million is honestly a reasonable price for somebody that gives you, 160 plus innings a season. So maybe it's fine. Maybe I just need to accept the fact that he is a useful pitcher. But there's part of me that's like, I'm wasting my money, but there's a bigger part of me that says, you know what? I think it's fun to give him a 1-year extension. I have the money. It doesn't hurt me to give him another year. So we'll do it. Tyler Herb wants a decent raise in order to basically be paid to rehab. When he's pitched, he's actually pitched quite well, so I think this is probably acceptable. I could just give him 1 season. Like, getting rid of him doesn't make sense to me. So here we go. Anthony Molina just got a huge raise, but he also pitched extremely well. And I need all the help I can get, so we'll give him his money that he's asking for. Oh, he's actually more likely to be a starter than he is to be a closer. So he'll take his money and like it. Victor Vodnik. Everything about this guy says he should be one of the better relievers in the league. I've now had him for, what? Almost 300 innings total. 260. He's fine. That's the nicest thing I can say about him. He is fine. He's asking for a very reasonable raise. It's not like he's asking for a ton of money. But I think expecting him to turn the corner at this point is just foolishness. Do I have a reliever that's like desperate for a spot? Trace Bright? Maybe. Maybe. Kevin Hidalgo probably is going to make the roster. Definitely is going to make the roster. I know Andres Alvarez is the better second baseman, but I think his time has come and gone. I'm going to try to trade him real fast. Just real fast. Nobody wants him, then I'll just sneak him through waivers. I don't want to lose Hidalgo. I think he's a much more useful player as a utility guy. So we'll do one of those. Okay, great. So yeah, the key takeaway here is that nobody here is that amazing that they have to be given a release spot. So I think I can justify keeping him for one more year. He's not anything particularly special. He has been competent, and honestly, competence is a pretty difficult bar to clear if you're a Colorado Rockies. Angel Chivilli has a real chance to be a closer in this league, so I think giving him actually Mr. Chivilli. What if I gave you a longer term deal? If I asked you for 5 years of your career, what does that look like? This is pretty reasonable, actually. It buys out 3 years of arbitration. It buys out 2 years of free agency. At worst, he's going to be a better than average reliever. This is completely fine. I'm not going to give you the closer role, but it's pretty high that if you perform it, you will get that role. This is very reasonable. It locks up a pretty good pitcher for a decent amount of time. I just gave Drew Romo a new contract offer. We can ignore him for a bit. I think getting to start. I don't know if I feel like Amador, every time I think, oh, this guy sucks, he turns around and actually proves him he's actually fairly good. I don't think he is irreplaceable. But I don't know who would replace him genuinely. Like, Kelvin Hidalgo could probably do it. Hidalgo's got enough offensive skills. I think he's got a shot at it. But this is a guy who just fucked up pretty heavily at AAA. So, until somebody starts forcing the issue with a lot of these guys, it's just going to be something we just accept. So I think letting him. So the question is, do I sign him for a longer contract? Do I maybe try to get him to sign for like $2 or $3 million a year and see what that does? His offensive skill set is always going to be extremely limited. It's just the way he's built. And that I don't strike out much, and I do draw quite a few walks, and that's his entire skill set. That's enough to be a useful player, but it's not enough to be a great player. It's not enough to be the kind of player that you really get excited about having in your lineup. He is fine. I don't want to convince you that Amador sucks or anything, but he's definitely not anything that special. Just out of curiosity, for a 5-year deal, what are you asking for? You're not asking for much either. And it's a small enough contract that I can get rid of it fairly easily. I think this is reasonable. Yeah. I think this is fine. Until we get a second baseman that's like somebody truly special, I think it's fine. Braxton Fulford. Do I want to keep Jeff Criswell? I think I just let him go. Brandon Komar. Okay. Mason Albright. Sure. Andy Perez. I see no reason why I can't. Marquez is not worth it at this point. I think being replaceable at the age of 32 is not a good look for you. You're already kind of marginal on talent to begin with, and although you do have a rubber arm, I think there's enough interesting pitchers that I could try outside of you. Last year was the worst year of your career, and it's not particularly close, except for maybe your rookie year. Or I guess, well, you were hurt. You only pitched in one game. I think it's fine for you to have kind of a subpar season, but you retire with the thanks for grateful Rockies Nation, but I am not re-signing you. I would maybe re-sign you for $1 million a year. I don't even know if I would do that. I think there's enough pitchers on this team that need an opportunity that I'd rather give that opportunity to one of them. Just saying. Okay. People are reacting. It's always going to be great job for the first offer, and then it'll be a question of how many of them actually sign. We got Jan Rivera is kind of happy. Boom, boom, boom. Amazing. Great stuff. Let's get the bench coat signed, and then we'll divvy up the different roles. Chris Johnson got a better deal from somebody. Probably a major league deal, but we can try it out. You want $350,000 a year? I got the money. Nunez signed. Great. Leon got a better offer. How about $180,000 a year? That's more money than I make IRL. Then again, like every baseball player makes more money than I do. So, you know, major league minimum isn't that much, but it's more than I think most people in America make on a regular basis. So, I don't think I'm giving away too much for saying that I make less money than a major league rookie. Great. People really like the fact that Drew Romo took an extension with me. I think it's too much money, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's way too much money, but I also see the value in just trying to build up fan interest, so it doesn't bother me that much. You signed. You're happy. Okay. Everyone is agreed. Amazing. All right. Here we go. Worley is legendary. Who's the best teaching basing? They're all about the same, so this is fine. This feels like a good group. I don't like that it's only content staff cohesion. I wonder if they change something to make it more. What's what I'm looking for? If they change something to make it harder to build staff cohesion, so to make it like amazing all the time. It might as well just be me. Like maybe I, as a character, am having issues. Possibly, maybe. All right, let's just keep going. Oliver Dunn's played for a major league team. Fuck you. Not even gonna look at it. Mitch Jebb, how dare you, sir? You know that's not gonna happen. No. Nobody wanted Andres Alvarez. This surprises me 0%. Michael Massey has multiple years of major league selections. Gross. Who won a gold glove from the Rockies? Michael Toglia. Didn't expect that. Okay. I'm listening. I still think Toglia, there's definitely a future coming soon where he gets easily lapped by Charlie Condon, but for right now, no issues. I'm reasonably chuffed. Great. Is there anything that would instantly transform us into one of the better teams in Major League Baseball? Is there a single player that would really move the needle that much? Our problem isn't players hitting their potential. It's that, I guess it is partly our problem is players hitting their potential, but we could use another superstar. I think another superstar, especially maybe second, maybe third, maybe short. Well, not short. We're already good at short, but second or third, maybe even first base. We'd be pretty tasty. That's something I think we could get behind. There is, of course, Shrek. Maybe he just wants people to get out of his swamp. I don't know. I do think Nelson Rada was a nice little pickup. I am very eager to see what he does with another season under his belt. I do want to start making room on the 40-man so we can move people around, but I don't think that time is here yet. No, maybe it is here. All right. Burrito, Owen, Palmquist, maybe not Owen, Enlow. You all can be waived because I don't think anyone's going to claim you, and if they do, I don't think I'll use you for very long. Thomas Sagazy is a dirty, rotten major leaguer. No. Cease. I clearly won Manager of the Year, right? I didn't? How dare you? No, that's fair. That's utterly, utterly fair. Edinson Paulino has played Major League games and is therefore the worst of the worst. He is scum. And I don't appreciate you offering him to me. Yeah, I don't even need to know what the rest of this deal is. Owen Miller sucks. I suffered through the Owen Miller years where Terry Francona just kept putting him in the lineup for no discernible reason. Maybe it had like pictures of him with a goat or something. I don't know, but yeah. I'm not saying that Oscar Pools is anything special. This is a guy who still hasn't broken out of A-ball yet, but I think he's good enough to deserve a 40-man spot and a promotion, maybe. A lot of these guys are just honestly not worth taking the risk that they maybe work out. Like, max value Jared Thomas is just fine. He's not bad. I guess like the fact that he can catch is kind of fun. I guess it gives him a little bit more value than the average player, but I'd rather save some spots for the Rule 5 draft and see who might be available. Who knows when you might find a good contributor. In this series in particular, I can't fall in love with my own guys. I've got to be willing to let things happen and then react from there. I can't over-believe in my own players, even though it breaks my heart, because it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. All right, let's go into legal Rockies mode. Jacob deGrom, definitely not legal. A non-MLB filter, here we go. I don't even think you're that good, is the problem. I think there's a lot to like about you, 100%. But, like, Condon can get there. Rod is okay. Yanquiel Fernandez is decent. I feel like overpaying for you is not worth it. It's just not worth it to me. Hayden Junger is definitely the kind of player I could get behind. I think he's got loads and loads of potential, and I will happily pay him money to see if he can achieve that. Done. Justin Jarvis is low-key a pretty decent pitcher that just has never gotten a chance in the major leagues. I've got space to maybe make you a thing, so we can go after that. Seth Mayberry, sure. John Forth Anderson. Unfortunately, sir, you are dead to me. You have played a single day in the major leagues, and therefore I can no longer accept you for who you are. Sorry, mate. Alright. These are mostly guys that would just be filling out, like, the back end of the minor leagues. Matthew Priest we can try out. He's at least a good center fielder. I think that's fine. Yeah. The only guy that would make an appreciable difference right now, this very second, is Shushin Chi. He is an amazing defender. He's got good power and a good batting eye. I think he's going to be an accomplished hitter. I just don't see the value in spending money on him. Especially because I have set this requirement that I can't sign people like that. If we get Justin Jars, by the way, he instantly goes onto the Major League roster. Like, I will find a spot for him. And I don't want to lose him in the Rule 5. That would be kind of silly. All right. Christian Campbell is a Major League Baseball player, and therefore, go fuck yourself. I don't think Diego Cartay is somebody I might trade. But for right now, having a really solid second catcher is pretty tasty. It's a nice addition to the club. What are people interested in about Zach Veen? Is anybody like, ooh, fancy? Probably not. Probably nobody wants him. I stand corrected. Several people do not want him. Lucas Gordillo could be a pretty good pitcher. He likes dogs, which is important to me. I mean, obviously guinea pigs are better, but dogs are okay. I'm not anti-dog. Yeah. I think this is reasonable to me. Wait a minute, did I just get bamboozled? Has you ever played in the majors before? Okay, we're safe. Shoo! Alright, you are second chance squad. I guess that's not technically true. I think you're a not draft picks list because you're a prospect. Zach Veen is, by the way, a former Rocky. We will remember him forever. Or we'll forget him immediately. One of the two. I don't think so. I don't think this interests me very much. Oh my god, stop offering major leaguers, you know? Zam. Cease. No, he's 31 years old. I guess doesn't mean he's necessarily a major leaguer, but I thought he was. I don't think so, game. I think you're being silly. Wait a minute, did I just miss out on signing international free amateurs? No, it hasn't even started yet. Okay. I was very panicked right there. Carlos Beltran makes it. Robinson Cano makes it, in my opinion. Although, obviously, in real life, his steroid convictions is going to fuck him. Like, he's not making the Hall of Fame in real life, but I think he deserves consideration for sure. Clayton Kershaw, I feel pretty comfortable saying is going to be an easy sail into the Hall of Fame. I think one of the great modern campaigns is going to be What We Do with Andrew McCutchen, because he played very, very well for a very long time, but he played most of the time for a team that was just never made the postseason. And it seems like of late, people are getting punished for that, which I think is silly. I think it's very silly. Then I think it's equally silly that Joey Votto isn't just already in the Hall of Fame already. At least in this playthrough, so I don't know. I'll vote for David Wright again. I don't think he's going to make it in. I mean, he's already off the ballot in real life. He's another guy victimized by injuries, unfortunately. Alright, trade proposal. You would give me a major leaguer. I know this is a very niche request. I don't think many people play the game this way. I would love to say, stop offering me major leaguers. Leover Peguero is a major leaguer. How about you stop? I don't care about Matthew Priest. Genuinely don't. What happened to you? You were drafted and cut the same day? In the 18th round. Okay. Well, I don't know why you bothered to draft him then, but you know what, bro? If that's what makes you happy, go for it. That's more players for me. Wagner. Okay, Jarvis likes my offer. Everyone loves my offers. My offers are the best offers. Wow, the White Sox got #1 overall again. Where did I end up? 15th. That's fine. That's still actually a pretty good pick to stick at. I think there's going to be some nice talent still available even in the 15th round. Or sorry, even in the 15th overall pick. Jose Rodriguez is a Major League Baseball player. The sooner you realize my demands, the faster everyone else will be happy. All right. So I don't want to lose anybody. Is there anybody special here? Yes, Case Williams 100% needs to be on this roster. What about Eduardo Beltre? Well, I just acquired you, didn't I? Did I get bamboozled? Did I not pay enough attention? Case Williams actually isn't very good. Damn. You got me, bro. You got me. Well played. I don't want to lose Beltre for no benefit, so I guess I can put him on the 40-man to try to save him. I don't know if I feel that strongly about any of these other guys here. Like, Trace Bray is 27 years old already. I feel like he doesn't have much of a chance to make the majors. Luigi Casilla is not bad. Like, he's an okay pitcher. I don't think he'll get claimed. I don't think. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. What do we got here? We've got some players with relatively high ceilings, which is good news. Andrew Pinckney is a pretty solid outfielder, but I don't really need that particular skill set at the moment. Kyle DeGroat. Nope. He's a big old dummy. I think Alfonsine Rosario is maybe the only player here that I'm like, yes, let's give him a chance. Kyle DeGroat, I think can also be. No, wait, no, he can't. He's stupid. I keep forgetting that he is big dumb, very big dumb. How are you stupid? But you went to Yale. I mean, I know that not everybody that goes to an Ivy League school is smart, but like that's like brain damage levels of stupid. Luis Sanchez is somebody that is very, very volatile, but I'm willing to give him a shot because we are the land of opportunity here in Colorado. I think that's it. I don't think there's anybody else here that really moves the needle for me, so I think we're just going to end the draft early. I did lose Braxton Fulford. I guess that was likely to happen. Um, I think he's a perfectly serviceable catcher. I probably should have taken him instead of taking Diego Cartaya last year, but I still think it's okay. I still think we're going to be fine. Probably. Zach Edloff has played in the majors. Fuck off. Game. Uh, Ashley Andujar was hit by a pitching machine. How does that tear his labrum? I have many questions. I have many questions. Wonder if that Taiwanese guy ever got signed. Let's check him out. He probably did already, but we can at least look. Game? No. All right, we got Jarvis. Jarvis is very much going right to the major leagues. Wow, he's already sucks worse though. Like literally, yikes. I think he's got a very good chance to make the opening day roster, but I also think that's not likely to happen. Is that Taiwanese guy still available, or did he already sign? He still hasn't signed yet. Oh, you're getting offered quite a bit of money. I'm not doing that. I'll tell you what I'll offer you. I doubt this is going to matter, but what if I offered you $15 million for 4 years? This is just me getting my name in the paper, and I'm not going to move up from that unless that's what happens. But I think you're probably going to sign with somebody else. Like, I think that's very likely to happen. There's nothing I can do about it. All right. International free agents. We can definitely afford the very best. It's just a question of what we want. Um. All right. I don't think Mario Martinez interests me very much because of his lack of power. What is Franklin Moreno's deal here? His deal is that he's a first baseman. He's not a third baseman. I think he's a great hitter, but this definitely gives me concerns. His extreme injury risk. Alex Verdarte is much better for us. He definitely has the skill set to possibly stick at second or third. I think this is a great pick. I think we go ahead and grab Mr. Rodarte here. We offer him a max contract. Oh, we're at that bullshit again? I have 121 people in my international complex. That doesn't seem right, is it? Is that genuinely true? I think it is genuinely true. Oh, no, no, no. These are the new guys. These are the new guys. I want to look at my existing players. International. Here we go. I'm sure I've got some really shitty players here. I don't need to cut that many people. Let's just cut the two of you. And now I should be able to sign the guy that I want, which was Rodarte. 5.7 million. Let's go. And then let me look at my organization here. Acevedo is already 18. I think he can be promoted 100%. Let me sort by age. Everybody that is 19 or older immediately goes to the minor leagues. There we go. Ruben Santa Cruz can also be promoted, as can Hector Alvarez. I think those are both also smart choices. All right. We did it, guys. We did it. The Las Vegas A's, or not the Las Vegas Toros, that's pretty cool. That's a good logo, too. Like, I like this a lot. Nice. Kershaw, Trout, Cano, and Beltran all made it in pretty easy. I think John Lester is going to get more consideration than this. I think he'll probably make it onto at least the fourth or fifth ballot. I think Chris Bryant is going to get a couple votes too, so will Justin Turner. But a lot of these guys are always just kind of mid anyway, so this I don't think happens. I think Chase Utley actually gets elected next year. I think it's a pretty strong likelihood, but it all depends on what the old guard and baseball writers are willing to overlook. Victor Vodnik is improving, which is exciting. Jake Mann is getting worse, which is not exciting. That's the opposite of exciting. That is deciding? Maybe. All right. Shu Chen Chi signed for with the Phillies for $38 million. I think that's entirely expected. Entirely. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to start getting more aggressive with international free agents. I think that's probably our quickest path to the postseason, but also maybe that's not the point. Maybe the point is just seeing what happens. Maybe the point is give me my scouting director, you miscreant. Like Jarvis still has like a 90% chance of making the opening day roster. I'd be more surprised if he didn't. Uh, Dossett, Yoss. We like Wyatt Halvors. Um, Will Levy, I'm gonna give him some minor league time. I don't expect him to play in the majors this year, but I think he's good enough that he deserves the opportunity. And then I think this is fine. I think 48 players is more than enough to make some important decisions on. Let's go ahead. I will let my bench coach set things up any way they'd like. We are playing Condon every day, which is crucial. I need to see that every single day. I think the most replaceable player on this roster. Oh, Tyler Erb. You can go right to the IL. Oh, 6-man rotation. Sorry, I knew there was something I meant to set up. There we go. Sean Sullivan is our next reliever in the starter project, huh? I mean, I'm willing to consider it. 100%. I think that's fine. Manny Adama got worse. That's very yikes. Oh, Charlie Condon got better, though. So did John Beguine. And Will Levy. Very nice. Very, very nice. Mr. Levy did not play in the majors, did not play professional baseball last year. He's already 19 years old. He might still be too old for rookie ball, but that's probably the right place for him. It's probably rookie ball, I'm thinking. 3 weeks for Jordan Yost. I think we just sent him back to the minors. He's never going to make the club anyway. I think he's a great talent. I think there's a lot to like about him, and I know that he is not going to the majors this season. So we go right back to Double A. Ryan McMahon is probably the most replaceable player that we have right now. Matt Cantorino, you need to stop getting hurt, my dude. Like, I saved you from obscurity and I gave you a major league job and you abused my trust by just continually getting hurt. That's very rude. That's not what nice people do. They don't get injured. That's mean. Yeah, the problem is the kinds of players that I would like to trade for, the kinds of players that you just don't see made available. We can explore it a little bit, I suppose, but for right now, I'm not really seeing a ton of likelihood. Wyatt Halverson is low-key got a chance to be a starter this year. Maybe. Victor Mingo is throwing harder, but he's actually losing some of his potential. Kelvin Hidalgo's getting better at player shortstop. Jordan Yoss actually had himself a spring a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I just don't see a universe where I am going to be able to get what I want, which is a top tier prospect. We can ask, how about all leagues, 50 potential? What do we got? Oh, I could save myself a lot of time by changing the age. Let's go down to 22. That should make this much easier to search through. Okay. Damn. Some of these guys have really, really good farm systems. Like, I can already tell. Angel Feliz is probably somebody I could maybe get if I asked nicely. He does play third base and he is a captain. What would it take to get Angel Feliz from you? What if I started with Colorado Rockies legend Ryan McMahon? What if we did that? Oh, he doesn't want to believe? Wow, rude. What if I offered you the absolute prince of Major League Baseball in Colorado? What if I offered you Cam Canarella? No, okay. Well, it wasn't going to happen, and I think that's the big issue, right? Is these are the kinds of players that teams just aren't going to trade unless there's something wrong with them. What is Ronald Ramirez's deal? He's incredibly risky, is what his deal is. Okay, well, I don't want someone that's that risky. Like, are we comparable? Do we have a lot of high potential guys? We have some, but it has many blues though, which is unfortunate given how high we've been drafting the last couple of years. Felnine Celestin is pretty good actually. He's pretty real good actually. I could Tavard a second, I guess, if I wanted him. Carter Johnson. Eh. George Lombard Jr. He can play third base. It's true, you know. Yeah. And this is the issue, right? Everyone's going to overvalue their own prospects. It's going to be really hard to get them off of you. Unless they just have so many prospects that nothing better to do with their time. I would love Emil Morales if you would be willing to trade him to me. Not for Acevedo, but the fact that we can even have a conversation here gives me some hope. All right. Let's add Cam and Cooper Dossett. Nothing. What if I offered you $25 million? How about that? It does move the needle, but not somebody I'm willing to trade yet. What about $40 million? No. Is it just the 40 million that you care about? It's just the 40 million. What if I offered you $50 million? That moves up Ozuna. I don't think I can par with Ozuna. I can par with Vic Domingo, I think. And I'd like to keep him too, actually. But let's see. I'm not going to give you any of these players you're asking for, except for maybe Ozuna. So here's my question. Am I willing to give up Sandy Ozuna for Emil Morales? Is that something I'm willing to do? I don't think so. Sandy Ozuna is too important to me right this second to give him up, I think. So I think we politely decline and we proceed forward. Find a player. Let me look at pictures now. Maybe there's pictures of interest to me. These are even harder to get a hold of, I suspect. I could probably get Simon Bargo easy enough. I still think he's very good. Tim Miller would be an incredible get, and I have a feeling there's 0.0.0. Oh, I can't even trade for him, so don't even worry about it. Got it. Cool. Yeah, there's even hard. It's even harder to find these players here. Omar Bermudez is pretty solid. Extreme injury risk though. Luis Maracata doesn't throw very hard, but is actually a pretty competent pitcher. Brandon Shannon. Injury proneness. Fragile. I know I'm kind of looking for flaws, but I'm also finding a lot of them. Brian Johnson would be amazing. I would give up quite a lot for him, but I can't trade for him at all, so I don't know why I'm asking. Sawyer Deering, low-key, would be a pretty nice addition. But I have a feeling I'm not going to get him, but we could at least ask. Or what if I gave you... Oh, you don't want money. You don't want money in the slightest. I'll still offer you 40 million, but I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're just not going to do it. And Acevedo has way too much upside to give him up. Plus, look how nice he is as a prospect. Yeah, we're not giving up Acevedo. So I will give up, sadly, defeated, and hoping that someday soon we can have the kind of pitcher that the Colorado Rockies fans can be proud of. What if Herman Marquez is signed anywhere? Let's find out. Is he still chilling in free agency? He is. Even 2 million is too much for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. We need to move on from you. It's nothing personal. Charlie Condon. Oh no, it's Toglia. That's out for 4 weeks. So then Kelvin Hidalgo is going to play first base. That's interesting. That's not what I would have chosen, but okay, I suppose. All right. I think there's a good chance that Shrek is the one to play first base on opening day if Toglia is not ready to go. Like, I definitely don't trust a second baseman shortstop to play first base. That's kind of dumb. All right, 44 players, 26 more pitchers. Let's go to 13 pitchers. Let's do the easy ones first. All right. Where did Domingo pitch last year? He pitched in AAA last year. Let's send him back there. Domingo to AAA to be a luchador. Cooper Dossett has a chance to make this team, but I would love for him to pitch in AA first to get some experience. Junger, he can pitch in AAA. I don't really want him anymore. Levy needs to do anything at all in the minor leagues, so we're going to assign him to the ACL Rockies. Is it worth keeping Hunter Owen at this point? Is there value in keeping him around, or am I just getting suckered? I'm probably just getting suckered. If I sent you back to AAA, what if I did that? What if you had an amazing season? Restored my faith in humanity. These are all things that are possible. AAA. AAA. I gotta go to 6 more pitchers. That's a lot of pitchers still. Did I just sign Anthony Molina to a long-term deal only for him to get worse? That's exactly what happened. That fucking sucks, dude. How dare you? Oh no, I didn't sign him. I signed somebody else. I was a Chivili that I signed. Okay, we're all right then. Pujols definitely goes to Double A. Ozuna pitched pretty well in Double A. The question is whether you start the year in Triple A, and I think you probably do. I think it's fine to let him pitch in Triple A and get some experience at the highest level before I bring him up to the majors. Mayberry does not pitch in the major leagues. Hill had an okay season last year. Connor Eaton, I think, makes the major league roster. I think he's just at that point in his career where if I don't try him in the majors, I don't know if he's actually any good. Wyatt Halverson has never pitched in Double A. I think we rectify that this year. Jarvis makes the roster. I have no doubt of that. Cooper McKeon, maybe. 2 more pitchers gotta go. Alright. Who that gonna be? I feel like Vodnik has pitched well enough that he deserves to keep his major league spot. It's either going to be McKeon or Madden. I think it's going to be McKeon. Like, McKeon did pitch in the majors last year and he got his brains hammered in. Then again, you pitch in the AAA so much, I think it has to be now or never. So then the question is it Connor Eaton or is it Jake Madden? I think it's... Or is it Cotto? Yeah, Cotto went right from A to the major leagues. I feel like letting him cook a bit in Double A is fine. I think that's reasonable. This is my pitching set. I saw 14 pitchers. What the fuck, game? You make me make these hard decisions, and I hate it. I mean, it makes sense, but I still hate it. Is Connor Eaton good in the neighborhood? Probably not. Probably. Wait a minute, Brody Brecht is still on the team? Fuck that guy. I don't need him. I don't need him at all. Alright, we're going to do 5-man rotation, and we're going to set the pitching staff now. Alright. I think your starters... Definitely, Dollenberg is definitely the ace, then Feltner, then Jarvis, and then Sullivan. And I think Anthony Molina pitched well enough in the majors last year to be given another shot to be a starting pitcher. This is a very, very good season as a starter, and I think he deserves to repeat it. Turn him into a starter, please. He's a pretty good starter. Yeah, this feels like a good rotation, right? This feels good. Let's start with Dollander. Alright. Now the rest of the bullpen. And Angel Chivili is 100% the closer. Look, I don't know how he does it either, but this is now 2 seasons in a row. Edgar Issei has only gotten better each year. I think he is allowed to cook. I think he's allowed to be our setup guy. Done. I think Jake Madden is instantly the emergency starter and long reliever. I think that's a good use of his skills. Um, Connor Eaton is going to be actually between Eaton and McKeon. Who's better against lefties? It's McKeon, and it's not close. I mean, I guess Eaton is more of a okay. Eaton's going to be the long man. He's going to eat up some innings for us. McKeon, you're going to be my lefty killer, and you can maybe do some middle relief in an emergency. Sanchez, Hill, and Vodnik are all going to be middle relievers. Sanchez, I don't want you pitching important innings yet. I'm going to have you avoid high leverage. There's putting a lot of work onto Hill and Vodnik, neither which are very special, but I think that's okay. I think it'll be fine, probably. All right, pitching staff sorted. Boom, done. Position players. Kelvin Hidalgo is not playing first base for us. I'm glad that he can handle the position, but he's most definitely meant to be. He's most definitely not going to be our starting first baseman. That's silly talk. Speaking of silly talk, Eduardo Beltre is not ready for the major leagues. He's going to go to Double-A. Gavin Cross is fine, but he's probably not fine enough for what we're looking for, so let's send him to Triple-A. Canarella had kind of an uninspired year in Double-A last year. If he is going to make it, I think he's going to need to probably start in Triple-A this year. Or you could just repeat Double-A. He's 24. He should be in Triple-A by now. All right. Of these gentlemen, who's most likely to go to the minors? It's probably Shrek. I think this is going to go probably somewhat poorly, but I still want him to have a spot on the roster, so we're going to demote Shrek. One position player's got to go. It's going to be an infielder. Who's starting at first base? I think it's going to be Charlie Condon is going to play first base for us. I think that's the solution to our problem here. Let me ship you over to first. So then it really comes down to, do we want to keep Hidalgo or Bonacci? I think I'd rather have Hidalgo, who has some offensive chops and also plays left field and first base. I think he's just a better fit. So here's our plan. 6 infielders, 5 outfielders, but then Condon plays the outfield too. Let's clear all lineups. And all depth charts, by the way. Let's nuke them all. And let's get this set up. Alright. Sorting by contact, our most consistent hitter is probably... Okay, Tovar is almost assuredly my number 3 hitter. Probably. Yeah, it's Tovar. I'm not going to overthink this one. He belongs as our number 3 unless he's our number 2 instead. Is he our number 2 instead? No. His power is better served by hailing a little bit lower in the lineup. Cleanup is going to be Charlie Condon. That is an easy choice. I think catching and hitting 5th is going to be Drew Romo. I think Nelson Rada leads off. I think it's something he's uniquely suited to. Who hits second? Possibly Doyle. We can try that. We can see how it works with Brenton Doyle hitting second. That's fine, I suppose. All right. So now how do we fill out the rest of the roster? Oh no, Ryan McMahon could hit second if we wanted him to. You know what? I'd rather have McMahon because of his high on base skills. And then we can bat Bretton Doyle lower in the lineup. So who's DHing this year? It's not going to be Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon can still handle third base. We'll figure out who the best hitter is that doesn't have a regular spot and then give them the DH role. Okay, so here's Doyle coming in hitting sixth. I don't think I need to fuck around very much with platoons this year. Oh, it's gonna be Yanquiel Fernandez, isn't it? Yeah, he's gonna be my DH, at least against lefties. I think that's fine. Then we do Amador at second. And I need my left fielder. Who's playing left field for me? Wait, what happened? Where did my left fielder go? I guess we could just have Yanquiel Fernandez play left field, I guess. I think that's probably better. Alright. Does Cole Carrick actually have a role on this roster? As a super utility guy, he is plenty valuable. He fills a lot of different spots, and I think we can be happy about that. The question is, though, is who's playing DH for us? And I think it is Fernandez, and I think we go ahead and let Carter Matheson hit DH and bat ninth for me. Or hit ninth and play left field for me. I think that's fine. I think this is a good start. I don't have any right-handed bench bats unless you do Alphonsine Rosario. I mean, we can try it. Sure. Hidalgo? No, we'll do Cole Carrig. I think Cole Carrig can at least... yeah, if we do this... Sorry, if we do this and have Ryan McMahon DH, I think that's probably better. Does some Ryan McMahon struggle against left-handed pitching pretty badly? It's about the same. And then who is going to play? Oh, second base is Amador. We knew that already. Okay, fine. You can make a depth chart for me. I don't mind. I am not playing Carrick that much just to make you happy. I think that's stupid. I think once a week letting Carrick play left field is fine, but I don't think any more than that is smart. Fernandez has... Fernandez can actually hit against left-handed pitching. It's just his power has gone against lefties. Interesting. I think once every 3 games is too much, but we could definitely do like once every 5 games, maybe. Maybe. And let's actually make to our first actual game, because if Michael Toglia comes back, then this becomes a much easier decision-making process here. He wants you to stay respectable. I think that's reasonable. I think it's something that I can definitely promise. Where? Oh, I'm the #1 farm system. Okay. For a minute there, guys, I was like, wow, I fucking suck. But no, we're actually doing okay. We're doing fine. I do want to get the minor league set up, because I don't have nearly enough people in AAA. So... Cotto can be in AAA. I think that's fine. I think Jared Thomas can handle AAA. Beltre can play AAA. Nolan Schubart 100% is playing in AAA. 100%. I don't have a second baseman or a third baseman or a catcher at all for AAA. That's awkward. All right, Jaden Falsky, you get promoted. Jordan Yoss can play second in short. He can't really play third. Any Perez can play third. He'll get promoted. Luke Thielen gets promoted. And then Mason Albright definitely gets promoted. All right. As far as the next round of promotions here, Ugarte gets promoted. Dubovnik, Bruff Goyle, Fiorentino. I still have no catcher in Double A now. Daniel Jackson, welcome to Double A because somebody has to catch there. What about Rookie League? I want Mike Lay and Will Levy to get some reps in the minors before I call them up. I think that's a fair ask. I think Sal Delgado is way too good to be in the Rookie League again. I'm going to promote him to short season A ball. No, he's going to go to high A because I just need a catcher that badly. I need more catchers in the system. It's very clear to me. Hector Alvarez gets promoted to A ball. Matt Barr to Double A, Begin and Diaz to Double A. Grady Emerson. I think you're probably ready for a promotion. But maybe just to high A, not to Double A yet. Hartshorn to high A, Rate to high A, Hardcastle, Gregory Sanchez to high A, Stroman to high A. Alvarez stays in low A because high A already has Sal Delgado now. Harrelson gets promoted. Gonzalez gets promoted. Girth gets promoted. Is it really that different for Levy to start his career in low A? This guy dominated high school. Maybe him starting in low A isn't the end of the world. Maybe that's fine. Bryant Mealam, 1,000% should not be in low A, or in rookie ball, he should be in low A. 100%. He actually could probably be in high A, or even in double A at the age of 23. Yeah. Easy pick. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna make this the catcher season, I think. Alright, you're 23 years old, my friend. Let's put you in triple A, or double A, rather. Bobby Vega, I'm putting you in low A. So now everyone's got two catchers, except for... I think triple A only has one catcher. I think putting Bryant Mealam directly into AAA is probably risky, but he's only a 9th round pick, and I do need a second catcher there. I'm not going to put Delgado in AA that quick, and as a catcher that quickly. But an Adrian Fry, sure. All right. Who else gets promoted? Like Mr. De Los Santos here can be promoted. I think that's fine. I think I've got some guys here that just need to go somewhere so they can figure out if they have any skills whatsoever. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start grabbing the highest potential guys and just promoting them, whether they should be promoted or not. Because there's really no downside to just figuring out if they have anything whatsoever. Alright, cool. Alright, guys. Oh, I need to get rid of one AAA player. Does anybody want Bryhan's Burrito? Probably not. Probably this is the kind of guy that people are like, who the fuck cares? But maybe it's not. Maybe someone's going to be like, hey, you know what? Willie Fanas, you are significantly better than Brian Sprahan. So we're going to make this trade. And be happy about it. I'm going to put you in AAA. Now I need to clear out another AAA guy. Trace Bright, I think, can be traded for relatively anything, really. Nobody wants him. Bummer. Man, Kevin Fleischer's got a hard career ahead of him. Robert Kalaz is just gonna get cut. That gets me under the 31-person limit there. AJ Shepard kind of sucks, but I also just need catchers. I just need people that can catch baseballs. That's pretty important to me. The three of you can all be cut, I guess. You can be murdered. I mean, released. What do I do with Trace Bright? Probably nothing. I don't really need Judd Fabian. I think every season I grab Judd Fabian thinking, wow, he's going to be something special, and then he does this shit. He just shits the bed in AAA. I think he's probably not going to be very successful if I were to wager. Releasing him feels bad, though, right? Like, it just feels bad. Jesus Rodriguez does play center field, which is important. I just acquired Willie Fanas, so I'm not going to get rid of him. I think Gavin Cross is probably unnecessary if I were to hazard a guess. I don't think a Gavin Cross moves the needle for me. Nobody wants him either. What if I offered you Gavin Cross and Trace Wright? How does that sound? That sounds amazing, right? No. I think I just cut Trace Bright then. Nothing about his track record really inspires me that he's going to be anything special. I know I just traded for him a couple years ago, but like he's lost a lot from what he used to be. I just don't see it happening, not at the age of 27, so I think we just let him go. Yeah. Alright, minor leagues are configured. We're good to go there. I'm probably rushing Sal Delgado if I'm being honest with you. But I think he can possibly handle it. Also possibly not, I don't know. What are we looking at this season? We're looking at a pretty decent team. I think we're looking at a team that has some possibilities here. I think we're weakest at DH and left field, but I think this is a big year for Charlie Condon. Last season he was fine. Wasn't great, wasn't bad, he was fine. If he can have the kind of year we expect him to have this year, like we're talking like 30 to 35 home runs, plus he gets on base and all the other shit we're looking for, I feel much better about our chances going forward. We're also expecting a lot of the Ryan McMahon, who I think is basically washed at this point. Um, we could trade him. There's a universe in which we trade him. I don't want the fans to hate me, and I know that they love them some Ryan McMahon, but it's a possibility. Very possible. Yeah. Oh, is Rada like useless against right-handed pitching? Like, I think we just roll with it for right now, and we see what happens here. But that is a concern to me. As far as rookies playing big roles, honestly, it's Alfonso and Rosario. I never expected him to actually start, but I also have no better option. Right this second, I don't. Especially because I can't send him to the minor leagues. We either keep him or we cut him, and I'm not going to cut him. I think letting McMahon have some time off so that Cole Carrick can play third base is going to help us out a little bit. Yeah. Is there any rookie that's like coming up the pike that could really change things? Sandy Ozuna is very much on my radar. Vic Domingo is very much on my radar. It's not going to take much for one of them to push out one of my starters. Other than that, we have some solid role players in AAA, but we don't have necessarily any starters in AAA. I think our next like high-profile player that's near the major leagues is probably Dossett or Begin or Franklin Diaz. We spent a lot of money on relievers, which is probably too much. Oh well. Man, I had such high hopes for Grant Anderson when we took him first overall, and I just don't think he's going to work out. I think this is already a bad pick. I know you can't predict what's going to happen, but for him to have collapsed so quickly is incredibly frustrating. I know it happens, right? Like, I know this is a thing that happens in real life major leagues, but it's a 1-1 first overall being a bench shortstop is kind of gross. It's kind of real gross. But maybe he'll figure it out. Maybe he will continue to improve, and we'll see something special out of him. There's a spot at third base waiting for him if he wants to earn it. But I think Domingo in particular, he's already 25 years old, has a chance to crack the Major League roster very soon. We'll see, though. None of these starters, other than maybe Dollander, are definitely rotation pieces for me. Maybe Molina. Molina had a really good year last year. If he can keep that up, then he can stay. But we'll see what happens here. A world in which Toglia comes back and then we're able to bench, say, Carter Matheson and Alfonso and Rosario is a very good world. That is a world I am looking forward to. Although I don't want to get... because I don't want to commit financially to Toglia, but now that I look at him, we already have. He's fine. But he's also overpaid. Well, nevertheless, let's advance up to the first actual baseball game, the one in Milwaukee here, and then we can proceed from there. I have a personal message. Michael Togg is going to miss another 3 weeks. Fine, I guess. Oh, let me do international scouting. Let's get rid of some of these jerks. That is under organization, international. All players. If you're not at least, like... So make sure they have room to add more players, potentially. Guess I could just promote... I mean, people get promoted automatically. We could do, like, Duda. We're the oldest players right now. I'm just going to promote you all to the lowest minor league team and see what you're able to accomplish. I want to make sure that we have enough room to add in interesting minor league players. Rodarte. Let me put you on my IAFAs list. How much should I pay for Bill Ventura? Oh, he was free? Nice. Nice. I'd love for Rodarte to rocket through the international complex and be ready for the major leagues, because he is very exciting. I want to look at something real fast. OSA still thinks Grady Emerson is a megastar. Maybe this one time OSA can be right. Maybe. Maybe. Regardless, I think we're ready to go. I don't know how next season is going to go. I do like that we have some arms waiting for opportunities. I think our rotation is very solid. I think our bullpen has a lot of upside. I like that we have 2 different Rule 5 guys that are getting significant playing time. And then we can always get rid of them if it turns out that they suck. For now, though, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.